So the question is whether the ordination of women in the rabbinate is the kind of seismic moment that the destruction of the temple was. In some ways, is this going to make the folks that are looking back at us, the historians of 100, 200, 300 years from now, please God, looking back at us, saying that what an incredible moment. I think we can be an incredible moment I think we are having an incredible moment of creativity. More has changed in the Jewish community, and particularly for women in the Jewish community, and women in general society in the Western world, in the last 50 years than in the last 5,000 years. So that's just the reality of history. So when I look at, as a historian, I look at Jewish tradition, I say, where would we fit? I would suggest we're going to be like the Hasidic movement was. So you look at the 1760s, and this radical movement starts that a lot of people are very uncomfortable with, and yet it transforms all of the Jewish world, and it adds a tremendous richness, whether or not one is Hasidic, and whether or not we agree with how the Hasidic movement developed to a certain extent, was forced to develop because of the impact of the Holocaust. Its thinking process, the idea of returning a popular mysticism to mainstream Judaism, has had a tremendous impact on contemporary Judaism. And I think that the Jewish feminist movement, the ordination of women as rabbis, all of these steps will, I think, be seen by future historians similarly in terms of bringing a tremendous resource to revitalize Judaism at a critical juncture. We're always, as Jews, at the place where we say, are we going to survive? And we always survive, because at every juncture, some creative movement raises up and revitalizes all the resources that have been there in Judaism from the very beginning. The holy sparks that have been waiting for God to put the right people there to interpret them and publicize them. And so I think that's what we're here for as women rabbis. We're here to bring that part of God's message that hasn't been heard so that it's not lost as we move forward into the future.